So I'll just run you through how the competition is working this year, and after several adjustments really since its official presentation back in March, the inaugural Basketball Champions League format has now been finalised. So we've already had several qualifying rounds in which Oradea have actually had to come through both qualifying rounds to reach the regular season. So we've now reached the group stage, and there are 5 groups consisting of 8 teams in each group. And there are 14 match days on a weekly basis, and matches played every Tuesday and Wednesday between now and the end of January. Just take a quick look at the Pinar Karsiyaka side, and well, their Polish international Mateusz Ponika, you can see there, number 20. He's adapted tremendously quickly since arriving in Turkey, and is actually the leading scorer after their early games in the BSL League. And as for Oradea, well, the all-round presence of Sean Barnett, you can see there, the powerful forward, and the efficiency of Martin Zeno, the heartbeat of the team. They also have the likes of Branko Mirkovic and Mohamed Palisic providing the finesse to form a side that can certainly surprise a few opponents. So the teams will just go through their last-minute rituals before we get underway. So I'll just continue explaining how the competition is working this year. So 14 match days every week, Tuesday and Wednesday they're played, and teams will play each other home and away. So Oradea will have to travel to Turkey at some stage to take on Pinar. And well, this is in order to try and protect the National League schedules by playing it midweek. So once the group stage games have been completed, then 24 teams advance through to the playoffs, and this is where it gets a little confusing. There are 2 different playoff rounds. The 5 group winners and the 3 best ranked second place teams, well, they advance directly through to the playoff round 2, whereas the other 16 teams, well, they face each other in playoff round 1, playing home and away in 8 matches, and the winners then advancing through to the playoffs round 2 to join the other 8 teams. So it's a simple knockout system from that point onwards, where teams play each other home and away until we have the final 4. And this is the last phase of the season and is held over the final weekend in April, with the semi-final games being played on the Friday evening, and then Sunday starts with the 3rd place game, followed by the championship game. So that's how the Champions League will work. Hopefully that's cleared it up for you. And on paper this is a difficult one to call, really. Both sides are packed with talent, and it may well just be that home advantage can carry Oradea over the line here. It's so important in these kind of fixtures to make sure that you win your home matches and then just see what you can pick up on the road. Always good to see so many children and families as well coming in to watch their sides, try and inspire the next generation onto a basketball court. So as I was saying, Oradea have already had to come through 2 qualifying rounds. They entered the first quali back in the end of September. Oradea against Privitsa. And well, they were certainly made to work for that victory. They won the first leg 71 points to 64, and then won the second leg 73 points to 67, giving them an overall aggregate advantage of 141 to 144 to 131. And they then had to do it all over again in the second qualifying round. They were up against Lukoil Academic from Bulgaria, and a relatively convincing victory on that occasion. 75-72 first leg, and then 70 points to 58 in the second leg. So Sasa Maricic Martu Hendrik and Jean-Charles Collin are the three officials today that will oversee proceedings. So because of Oradea coming through both of their qualifying matches, they were able to join the regular season. So this is the Pinar Karsiyaka starting five. The likes of Jacoven, Marquis Brown and Mateusz Ponika, who I've already said is a big scorer, shooting guard. He is their main man at the moment. And along with the likes of Kevin Dillard and Jacoven Brown, etc., they make up Karsiyaka's back line, which certainly is the driving force. And Nenad Markovic is the coach for Pinar, 48 years of age now. He was fairly successful himself, actually played in all over Europe. Played in Italy, Spain, Israel, France and Greece. As we take a look at the Oradea starting five. They go with Branko Murkovic at the point. And Sean Barnett there, number 5, is one of their key men. He's an all-round presence and he'll certainly look to try and drive them forward. And they're coached by Christian Achim, 46 years of age. Led them to their first ever league title and to the final of the cup as well. So experience coaching the Romanian under-20 side, and was also coached the university national team back in 2011. But he's had great success with Oradea since taking over. So both Nenad Markovic and Christian Achim will just deliver their final words of encouragement to their teams, and then we can get underway here in Group B. 8 teams in Group B. I'll just run you through who the others are. Umana Rea Venezia, that's a team from Italy. Avtodor Saratov from Russia. They've got Maccabi Ran Media from Israel. They've got Kimik from Ukraine, Le Mansat from France, and Kataya from Finland. So those are the sides that make up Group B. So we're just about to get underway. The drums are in. They will be looking to do all they possibly can to inspire their team over the line here and try and make it as hostile an environment for Pinar Karsiyaka to play in. There is Ponika, big player for Pinar tonight. Good sportsmanship from all the players. We'll just go and shake each other's hands, and we can get started. So it's going to be Akif Egemen Gouven to do the tip-off with Sean Dennison. Sean Dennison at 6'11", big Canadian, 31 years of age, vastly experienced. Actually spent a year with the club back in the 13-14 season. So he's re-signed, and it's Pinar who take control of the tip. And we're often running in the 2016 Basketball Champions League. Good turn from Ponika, but he's already turned it over. So not the start that he was after. Good deal ready for Oradea. Just looking to try and control the tempo here. Branko Murkovic will be the man charged with that job. And there's the first two. Sean Dennison with it. Good perimeter defense. They've come right out, trying to force the long shot, and great defense, blocked and taken control as well from Oradea. Really good start on the defensive end from the home side, and it's already seen the fans find their voice. Gave the look of the three for Mandash. Now it is an open three from the corner, and he makes it. Perfect start for Oradea. They race out to a 5-0 lead, and Branko Mirkovic 1 from downtown. Forces the difficult shot. He's got his own rebound and puts it away. Jacoban Brown is off the mark. Well, this man is going to be so important on the defensive end and also in these positions here. And now it's Sean Dennison again in the low post making the play. Started brilliantly as Sean Dennison. Allowed to run a long way, and foul is called. Only 26 years of age, Jacoban Brown. Had a really successful college career at the University of Texas, where in his senior year he averaged over 20 points and also 3.8 assists a game. Did go undrafted in the 2012 NBA draft though. But Karsiyaka very happy to have him amongst their roster. He's off to a great start already. Makes both, so he's already got all 4 of Karsiyaka's points. That was a great pass inside, tries to bank it in, good defense, and the rebound eventually grabbed by Ponika. Sonorous Shentuk. Well, they offered the look of the three, decided against it. Jacoban Brown. Yeah, the shot clock running down to 3 seconds. It was a difficult three, but they've almost grabbed the rebound. They have finally. Juan Summers with the board. The ball back in the hands of Jacoban Brown. Again, the shot clock under 5. Open three and misses. Rebounded by Andrei Mandash. Just sense that it's the home side that have settled the quicker. Always difficult in these opening exchanges. They would have been looking forward to this for such a long time now, and they've allowed the three. Another defensive board. Mirkovic was the man that put up the three. Trying to get the ball into Jacoban Brown's hands as much as they can. The screen was set and last touch was off Oradea. It will still be a Karsiyaka ball here. Almost able to grab hold of it was Dennison. Shenturk with the inbound. Decides to go for the long three and makes it as well. And he levels it up to Juan Summers with his first field goal attempt. He's played for a number of NBA sides as Juan Summers. New Orleans Hornets, Los Angeles Clippers. Signed in July of this year. Foul is called. First foul on Brown. Dennison. Open three. Rebounded well by Guven. Trying the fast break down the other end of the court, but good transitional defense from Oradea. Mirkovic actually giving his side a bit of a clap there of encouragement. Good run inside, puts up the floater and makes it. Brilliantly done from Soner Senturk. Murkovic, great ball movement and banks it in. It's been a good positive start from both these sides, and there's nothing to separate them at the moment. 9 points apiece as we approach the halfway mark of the first quarter. Here's Ponika leading the scoring in the Turkish league. Ponika thought about the three, decided against it, then got fouled. Foul is called on Nikoada. Jacob Brown. Oh, great pass. Open three. Rims out and rebounded by Andrej Mandash. And now down the other end at pace. Again, Murkovic thinking about the quick fire three. Decides just to slow it down. Important to play at their pace. Ambitious pass, but he makes it. Murkovic helps it on. Difficult one with the left hand, but they may get it back. They do, but it's a shot clock violation. And this will be turned over. So both coaches more than happy just to let it flow at the moment. Foul called on Murkovic this time. Well, Oradea had never advanced past the preliminary round of a European competition prior to this season. And the Romanian side became the only team to go through both qualification rounds in order to earn a spot in the Basketball Champions League regular season. We're going to have a few substitutions here as well. Here's Jacob Brown. Good pass to Ponika. Tries to set the screen, and it's an offensive foul. And this will be turned over. Good defense by Karsiyaka. Sorry, by Oradea, I should say. Dennison. Again, good perimeter defense, but not tracking his run. Rejected, but put back. Well, it was good D at first, but managed to somehow get the ball back. And Nikoada with his second field goal. Good pass by Jacob Brown. Rejected again. And Oradea can come away with it on the fast break down the other end. Open three. And rebounded by DeJuan Summers this time. Picked up the tempo a little bit. 11-9 in Oradea's favour. Just over 3 left in this first quarter. I think the foul is called on Murkovic. He's protesting his innocence. Yeah, just a bit of a reach-in foul. He thought that he got it cleanly, but the officials disagreed. Murkovic is going to take a seat. Here's Kevin Dillard. Another foul called. And the home fans aren't going to love this. It's Sean Dennison called for his first personal. Bit of an overreaction, I'd say, from Mateusz Ponika. So they are in the penalty, so they will go and shoot a couple of free throws. Only 23 years of age is Mateusz Ponika. Was named the Euro Cup Rising Star of the 2015-16 season. but did go undrafted in the 2015 NBA draft, is Pasalic. Shot clock ticking down. They've got just 5 to shoot. Great defense by Karsiyaka. They're going to have to get the shot off in the end. They do, and well, they were forced into a fairly difficult shot there. And Karsiyaka do really well, and they come down the other end with Jacob Brown. Now, Kevin Dillard, who at one stage had the world at his feet, as Jacob Brown knocks down the 3, and Karsiyaka, I think, have their first lead of the match, 13-11. Kevin Dillard was the 2008 Illinois Mr. Basketball at one stage when he was playing college basketball. They've turned it over here. They can look in transition down the other end. Dillard, here he is with his hands on the ball, throws it up looking for the alley-oop. Just couldn't quite make the dunk, but the layup goes. And they're on a bit of a run now. Karsiyaka open up a 4-point lead. And just to give you some sign of how big that award was that Kevin Dillard won in 2008, as the shot is knocked down by Pasalic, is that Derrick Rose actually won 2007 Mr. Basketball in Illinois, the year before Kevin Dillard won it. His career didn't quite happen in the USA like Derrick Rose did. Open 3, missed. And Oradea on the rebound. Just under 90 seconds remaining in this first quarter. It's been good positive stuff on show from both sides. Forces the difficult shot. Rebounded by Dillard, who can come forward at pace, looking to try and break the line. Brown throws up the 3 and straight in. It's DeJuan Summers who makes it. And we're into the final 60 seconds now. And they've opened up a 5-point lead. He's 2 from 2 from downtown, is Summers. Good powerful run to the basket. He's fouled, and he'll shoot a couple of throws. DeJuan Summers, he was drafted 35 overall in the 2009 NBA draft by the Detroit Pistons. Signed for Karsiyaka back in July of this year, as the first free throw is made. Well, we thought this match was going to be tight, and already in this first quarter it's looking that way. He just gets the friendly bounce, makes both of them, and reduces the deficit to just 3 with 42.2 left on the clock. Possibility of a 2-for-1 here for Karsiyaka. Kevin Dillard, screen is set. Won't mind Josh Owens getting the ball on the perimeter. They may mind Brown getting it, and that's why. Knocks it down. And it's another 3-pointer. 2 from 2, and 10 points already for Jacob Brown, and they've got a 6-point advantage now. They'd love a stop here. Foul is called on Gulashan. Just under 5 left on the shot clock. They've got to try and get it away. Forces the difficult jumper, but knocks it down. Brilliant from Sean Dennison. And he's already 3 from 3. He's 100% from 2-point range, and that was as difficult a shot as he could have really imagined. And nothing but net to just close the deficit to 4 points at the end of the opening quarter here. Both sides playing some good stuff on the offensive end. Jacob Brown, certainly the star man for Karsiyaka. And DeJuan Summers as well is 2 from 2 from 3-point range. So 21-17 at the end of the first in favour of the Turkish side. Let's just try and listen in to what Christian Achim is saying. Couldn't quite hear what either coach was trying to say to their team, but well, it's a really good crowd have come in to watch this opening Basketball Champions League group stage match, and you'd anticipate that the crowds will only get bigger and bigger as the season goes on as well, as more and more people start talking about it. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of that first quarter. Sean Dennison started well. Big powerful presence down under. And we've seen plenty of threes knocked down as well. That was Merkovic. Jacobin Brown has looked good. He grabbed his own board there and put it back. He's already got 10 points, Jacobin Brown. Again, Dennison inside. So difficult to stop in those kind of positions. They've been lethal though from outside of Pinar Karsiyaka, and that is why at the moment they have a 4-point advantage, but it's as close as we were expecting, I think. And the start of the second quarter gets underway. Niculescu helps it on. Lovely pass inside, and foul is called, I think, on Brown. Doesn't look particularly happy about it, does he? Jacobin Brown. Lovely little reverse pass. Looking for Titus Nikuara. Dennison to Petrisor. Clever little pass. They won't mind Dennison taking a long-range three, though. More than happy to allow him out there. The shot clock running down, and grabbed ball by Kevin Dillard. Dillard just slows it down. Trying to orchestrate things. Him and Brown are always looking to try and set the tempo for the Turkish side. Dillard, Brown, open three, and makes it. What a start for Jacobin Brown. 13 points already for him. 13 out of the 24 that Karsiyaka have scored, and he's 3 from 3 from downtown, and Sean Dennison doing what he does best down the other end. And reduces it to 5. 8 points already for Dennison. 100% field goal success rate for him already. It's been a really good start from a number of players on the offensive end. Dillard steps back. It's a 2, and it's a long 2 that's good. Shooting the ball really well are Pinar Karsiyaka. And they've opened up their biggest lead of the match so far. It's up to 7 now. Just need to get tighter to the likes of Brown and Dillard. Dennison, why not try his luck? Oh, and he still makes it. I think it had already, I think that will go down as Dennison rather than Niculescu. Dillard, open three from the corner, just comes up short, and that'll go out of play and out of bounds. So a good start, good positive start for both sides in this second quarter. Petrisor just trying to influence things. Gives it to Dennison. Tries to get round the big presence of Owens. Open three, though, from downtown, and it bounces out. Rebounded just about by Gulashlan. And once again, the ball back in the hands of Kevin Dillard. He did well to close him down. Then it looked like he was going to have an open look as Dillard throws up the long 2 and doesn't go. transition down the other end, but Karsiyaka do well to get men back. Still a 5-point game. We've played 3 minutes in this second quarter. Foul is called on Dillard. So we'll have a 14-second reset. Great defense, beautiful pass though as well, under pressure, and knocks down the three. It's Bobe Niculescu. And all of a sudden we've just got a 2-point game. Amazing how quickly things can turn around. They had extended their advantage to 7 only a matter of a minute or so ago had the Turkish side, and now it's back down to 2. And a timeout is called. And he's not looking particularly happy, is he? Well, both coaches desperately trying to get their point across. Nenad Markovic particularly disappointed with his side at the moment, it sounded like. Especially on the defensive end. He said they were just following their players. And every time a screen is set, they're falling for it and they're not getting back in their proper defensive positions. So that's something that Pinar Karsiyaka need to try and work on. They still have the lead here, 26-24, with 6:42 still left to play in the first half. Good ball movement, Dillard. Found his way to the corner, good run inside. An extra pass, 2 seconds on the clock, nowhere near, but the offensive ball is put back. And well, Guru Lashlan has been awarded the 2 points, has he? I think it's an and one situation. So he is just going to shoot one more. Foul was called on Niculescu. And nowhere near, but they've actually got the ball back, which is even better for the Turkish side as he throws up the 2 and makes it. And it turns into a 4-point play for Karsiyaka. And it's Petway who's off and running, and he is someone that a lot of people should look forward to watching in this year's Basketball Champions League. Brent Petway, or Thunder Petway as he's known. He's a member of the Harlem Globetrotters, is Brett Petway, and he is full of dunks and leaps and athletic ability as the shot clock's running down. Grabs the offensive board, but surrounded by Karsiyaka players, and great defense to come away with the ball, and in the end the foul is called on Mohamed Pasalic. So another timeout called, this time by the Romanian side, who won its first ever Romania National Championship last year. We'll just listen in again. think he was rightly a little frustrated, was Christian Achim, the Oradea coach. He said after great defence, they somehow then conceded so quickly and so many points as well with that 4-point play that Karsiyaka went on. And it's back to a 6-point lead for the Turkish side. Kevin Dillard found his way to the corner now. Dillard, he shot the ball really well. He had to go over the defender though, and this time it's another offensive board, and Karsiyaka get the ball back. And it's again in the hands of Dillard. Owens, lovely pass to the corner for three. Bounces out, and this time it's a defensive board, and now a fast break down the other end, and he's fouled and he'll shoot two. Sure, that's the kind of tempo that Oradea would want, charging down the other end of the court. Gets the roll and reduces it to 4. Owens. Petway helps it on. Open three, way too late to get out to him, and they were punished as well as Mohamed Beygul knocks down the three. That is not what they wanted. It's a 7-point lead again for Karsiyaka. Every time that Oradea makes some inroads into their deficit, Karsiyaka go up the other end and just extend it once again. Well, they're allowing him the look at a three, and this is from way downtown, and it's a shot clock violation anyway. Although they're claiming that it should have been 14-second reset, I think. I saw that there was only 3 seconds left. I think he's claiming that it was an offensive board, but it's not been given. 28% from downtown for Oradea, 42% for the Turks. Good ball movement inside. Thought about the three, decided against it. And again, the home support not loving what they're seeing at the moment in terms of what the officials are doing. I think they're doing a pretty good job, though, to be fair. Niculescu, his second personal. And it will be Mohamed Beygul that will shoot a couple. Rebound collected this time from Nikuara. But we have our biggest lead of the match so far. It's up to 8 now in favour of the Turkish side. Need to get this man on the ball a little more often. Mirkovic, good feint on the three. Inside, but it's ripped away by Dillard. And Karsiyaka once again in control of the ball, looking to try and extend their lead even more. Dillard at the heart of everything. Now Petway. And he's called on a travel, an offensive foul, and he's turned it over. So Pashka is about to enter the action for Oradea. Good perimeter defense again by Karsiyaka. It's Merkovic with the long three, and that's what they're being resorted to at the moment, are Oradea. Such is the strength of the defence by the away side. Dillard, look at an open three, decided against it. Did Ponika into Petway and makes it. Also known as Air Georgia is Brent Petway because of his dunking ability, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to see it at some stage during the match today. We've got 2 minutes 40 left in this first half, and Oradea are in desperate need of a few stops and a few makes up the other end. 10 points now, the advantage. Another three from way downtown and banks it in. Exactly what they needed, and it's Pasalic with it. Way downtown. Now they could do with a stop down the other end, looking to try and answer it again. Foul is called. He's told his team that he wants to go to a diamond in defence. You can see the difference in foul trouble as well. But an important 2 minutes 12 seconds coming up, especially for the home side. They need to try and keep this close heading into the second half. They're in danger of letting this match slip away from them. Only 7 points back. Lovely pass and makes it with his left hand. Banked in. Brilliant move from Josh Owens. Merkovic. Dummy on the jumper. Open look from here though, and doesn't make it. It's another defensive board, and now it's Karsiyaka up the other end, but Dillard has rather uncharacteristically turned it over. This is what they want, Oradea. They've got the stop, now they need to try and make. Merkovic. Great defense again from Karsiyaka. Shot clock down to 4, rejected! And Karsiyaka flying down the other end on the fast break, but they've turned it over, knocked it straight out of play, and Oradea have got away with one. Not sure he was fully expecting the pass, to be honest. I think he may have thought his teammate was going to go himself. And we're into the final 60 seconds. Can they find a three from long range? No, they can't, and it's Dillard who's grabbed the board, and now he's been penned in, and foul has been called. So Dillard fairly relieved, I think, to hear that whistle. So I was saying that Oradea won its first ever Romanian national championship last year. They beat Mureș in the final. It went all the way to 5 games, though 3-2. Oradea winning in the end. And it was a great achievement for them. I think it's great that we are able to listen in to what the coaches are telling their side and the plays that they want them to try and go out there and make. Popcorn and everything in the crowd. This is what's great, that families can come out, mums, dads, sisters, whoever it may be, and they can all enjoy the basketball. And this is an important last 40 seconds or so for Oradea. Dillard throws up the jumper and makes it. He's been fantastic, Kevin Dillard. And now it's a double-digit game for the first time. The lead is up to 11 for Pinar Karsiyaka. They need a make here. Lovely pass, rejected, but fouled, and he'll shoot two. But it's a good foul, really. He was just about to hammer home the dunk. And you'd always prefer your opponent to have to try and shoot two free throws rather than just gift them an easy two. So he makes one, reduces it to 10, but Karsiyaka can now just look after the ball and just count down this first half and look to try and get the final shot. And Dillard will just wait. Murkovic trying to do his best to put him off. Shot clock down to 5. Throws up the 3 and it's an air ball. Can they get one final shot? No, they can't. Good defense by Karsiyaka, and that will be that for the first half. And it's been a really good start to their Basketball Champions League campaign for the Turkish side. And at the break, it is a 40-30 advantage that they have. They've always really been in control of this match, and it's been Oradea who have been constantly looking to try and keep this match at arm's length, and they are doing that just about. 10 points behind as we go into the halftime break. Let's take a look at the stats. As you can see, Karsiyaka shooting the ball fantastically well. 69% from two-point range and 40 from downtown. Rebounds, massive at the moment. 21 rebounds to 12 in Karsiyaka's favour. All these kind of things, exactly why they have a 10-point advantage at the moment. Turnovers relatively similar. But it is the rebounding and the field goal percentage that is hurting the Romanian side as we go into half-time. Here's a look at the game leaders. Jacoban Brown, he started this match so well. 13 points pretty early on in that second quarter, actually, Jacoban Brown. Ponica dominating on the glass, 5 rebounds for him. Sean Dennison, the shining light for Oradea, with 10 points so far. We'll take a look at the first half highlights. They started well. Sean Dennison in particular caught fire early on, but as the first half went on, he had less and less of an impact, and Murkovic knocking one down from downtown. Jacoban Brown was the star man though for the away side, grabbing his own board and putting it back for 2 there. Dennison again, so dangerous underneath, but they need to try and get him in those positions more often if they can. The three-point shooting from Pinar Karsiyaka especially has been terrific. Great defense initially, but did well to keep hold of the ball and put back the 2. Kevin Dillard has ran things on the offensive end for Pinar Karsiyaka. Another long 3 for Jacoban Brown. Nice jumper from Pasalic, who's been quite good as well on the offensive end for Oradea. He's been one of their better players, but again, just an open three, and you cannot allow these guys these kind of looks. To Juan Summers knocking it down emphatically. And look at that, look at the amount of time that Jacobin Brown has got to knock down another long range. Just not a soul next to him, and under no pressure he'll make that shot more often than not, Jacobin Brown. Dennison just getting involved again. Has looked good, Sean Dennison. Nice step back jumper. He made 4 out of his first 4 shots, did Sean Dennison. Another open three for Jacobin Brown, who just didn't look like missing. He had 13 points only a couple of minutes into that second quarter, had Jacobin Brown. Now Kevin Dillard getting in on the act as well. Dennison again there to just about make the shot. I think it would have been knocked in anyway by Niculescu had he missed. Good ball movement, that's what they need to try and do. Move the ball quickly, get some open looks, and Niculescu able to knock down the corner three. It was just a case for Oradea. Every time they looked like getting back into the match, then Pinar Karsiyaka would just go up the other end and extend the lead once again. Open two, nice long jumper there. Dillard with the assist. He's been at the heart of everything really for the Turkish side, is Kevin Dillard. 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for him. Strong from Brett Petway as well. He's got 4 points and 3 rebounds. Everyone has contributed so far for Karsiyaka, and that is why at the break they lead by 10. So do join us again in a couple of minutes' time when the second half will get underway. Well, welcome back, everybody. Second half just a couple of minutes away, and at the break it is a 40 to 30 point advantage to Pinar Karsiyaka, who have certainly looked the side most in control in that first half. They always really had the advantage, and you just felt that it was Oradea that were the side desperately trying to stay with them. Every time they seemed to close the deficit, the Turks would go up the other end and knock down a couple of shots. But it's a first half that's been dominated by Jacoban Brown, 13 points for him, and Ponica as well on the glass with 5 rebounds for him. Kevin Dillard has looked to control things from the point as well. He's got 2 assists for him. Sean Dennison has been the main man for the home side. He's got 10 points. He started really brightly, just faded as the second quarter went on. They'll be looking to try and get him more involved. But it's so far so good for Karsiyaka in their opening game to this new competition, the Basketball Champions League. Both these sides' first matches. There's always going to be a few nerves and not quite sure what to expect, I'm sure, and it's going to be difficult for them to actually prepare for these matches and also not try and get too fatigued, because the fixtures will come thick and fast this season, playing every Tuesday or Wednesday in the Champions League, and then of course with their domestic games as well to try and fit it in between. So it is going to be completely different for them. But I'm sure they're looking to try and, well, just see how different cultures are and the way that different European clubs actually play their basketball. It can only really improve teams as they go on, you'd think. Well, the Turks didn't have a particularly good season last year domestically. They only finished 6th in the regular season. They went on to reach the quarter-finals of the playoffs before they eventually lost out to Galatasaray Oradea. And this season for them is very much in its infancy. They've only played a couple of matches, winning one and losing one. As for Oradea, they've started this season really brightly, actually, after winning the Romanian National Championship last year. They lead the Liga Națională after just 4 games played this season, with 3 victories and a defeat to their name. And they actually come into this match this evening on the back of an absolute blowout against BCM Olympic Bayamar, winning by 97 points to 40 last time out. So don't count them out just yet. They trail by 30 points to 40 as the second half gets underway. And they'll be looking for a quick start. Good defense by Jacob and Brown. They do well to keep hold of the ball. The roll doesn't go, though, for Bogdan Tiberna. And it's a defensive rebound by Karsiyaka. Here's Ponica, who's been lethal on the glass so far. 5 rebounds for him. Tries to put in the right-handed hook shot, doesn't go. It's been a massive difference in rebounding, though, in that first half. 21 rebounds for the Turks, just 12 for the Romanian side, and that's a big difference as to why there's a 10-point difference in the score so far. But an offensive board this time for Oradea, and it is Merkovic who's been fouled. Merkovic again. Trying to get inside, just about managed to get it. The pass off in time, then the shot clock down to 2. He knocks down the jumper, and Mandash gets his first points of the game and closes the gap to 8. First points in this second half goes the way of the Romanian side. That's exactly what these fans would want to see. This is a man they need to get a lot tighter to. Lovely pass and dunked home. Beautifully done by Josh Owens. Lovely pass to him by Jacob and Brown as well. They just cannot allow Brown that amount of time. You would have thought they would have learnt their lesson in the first half, but they still backed off him then. And not for the first time, they've been made to pay. Great defense, ripped away by DeJuan Summers. Thought about the 3. Brown in a bit of space over on this left-hand side if they can find him. Summers does find him. Brown looking for a screen. Well, he got the screen, and it's been turned over. So Oradea will get control of the ball. And I think every time Jacob and Brown has been called for a foul today, he's looked in some disgust at the official. Foul called on Josh Owens. Second personal for Owens. And we'll get a 14-second reset. He tries to manoeuvre a bit of space, Merkovic. He did well to get as close as he did. Last touch, though, was off Summers, and Oradea will get it back once again. This is what Karsiyaka did so well in the first half. They really made shots difficult for Oradea. You could see that three that Mirkovic just attempted there. Odds on him actually making that so slim. And they were a little fortunate to actually keep hold of the ball. Shot clock down to 4 seconds, just another long three, and I think Josh Owens got a little piece of that. Good screen by Owens. They're happy to allow him the long jumper, that's for sure. Not so much this man as Brown tries to bank it in. Doesn't get anywhere near it, and last touch was off Jacobin Brown, and Oradea will come away with the ball. So it's been a slow start to this third quarter. Just 2 points apiece so far. First quarter was 21-15 in favour of the Turkish side, and then 19-15 to Karsiyaka in the second quarter. His defence looks so much better, but he's made a brilliant three. That was really difficult for Mandash, and he had to go over the defender. Somehow made it, and nothing but net either, and it's closed the gap to just 7, and now stolen back, and he's managed to keep it in play as well. Now the fast break down the other end, great ball movement and laid in, and it's a great spell. It's a 5-0 run for Oradea, and all of a sudden the lead now just 5. And that has now got the fans finding their full voice. Amazing what just a couple of stops can do, and a couple of makes down the other end. Fantastic work on the defensive end though, not only to steal the ball away but also to prevent him going out of bounds. He's wanting them to stay as a man-to-man defence, and you get the impression that Nenad Markovic isn't a man that you'd like to cross. The Pinar Karsiyaka head coach doesn't seem particularly enamoured with the way that his team are playing at the moment. Was a very good player when he was in France playing for Limoges. He had the honour of playing in the French League All-Star game, where he actually went on to win the three-point contest as well. Has coached in Bosnia and Herzegovina and Greece before coaching Trabzonspor for 2 seasons before joining Karsiyaka this year. Here's Dillard trying to work a way through. Oh, and banks it in. That's as good as it gets from Kevin Dillard, who knocks down his 6th point of the match. We somehow manoeuvred a gap between 2 or 3 defenders and banked in the little layup as well, and now it's thrown away down the other end, and it's given possession back to Karsiyaka. And much like the first half, just when it looked as though Oradea were finding a way back into this match, they've just thrown the ball away, and Karsiyaka with an opportunity to make it a 9 or 10 point game once again. Dillard. Man-to-man again, but they haven't followed Josh Owens. Owens inside and down under and dunks it home. Brilliant from Josh Owens. Big physical presence down under. And you don't want to get in the way of him when he's in full flow, that's for sure. Just 2 seconds left on the shot clock. They've got to put it up, and, well, waited too long almost there, and now they're in danger on the fast break down the other end. They do well to get men back, and DeJuan Summers makes it and 1. Fantastic from DeJuan Summers. 8 points for him now. And he'll go to the line to try and make it a 3-point play now. 28 years of age to Juan Summers. Good college career, went to Georgetown University. And does make it a three-point play. So only a minute or so ago, the lead was 5. It's now up to 12 for Pinar Karsiyaka. Just a lapse in concentration from Oradea. It's amazing how quickly the score can change and how dramatically the score can change as the long three is put up. And Summers is there to win the rebound, although he's thrown it away. I think the last touch was off the Turks, and it is, so they will keep hold of the ball with 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Dennison trying to set a screen, they didn't follow him and he lays it up. 12 points for Dennison, 6 from 6. He's shooting at 100% at the moment. Need to try and get the ball in his hands more often, if possible, Oradea. That's too easy, although good defense. They at least will make him shoot two rather than gift him an easy two. Owens misses the first. So he's missed all free throws so far. That's why it was a good foul to give away, especially on someone like Josh Owens, who doesn't particularly like it from the line. Always better to try and get them to shoot two. Dennison inside, lovely pass from Dennison, banks it in. Nikoara with the two-pointer, and they close it to 8. They are staying within touch at the moment. Dillard. Good screen set from Owens. Ponika. Haven't seen him much in a attacking sense this game for the Polish man, which is a shame because he started so well in the Turkish league. But he has been dominant on the boards, that's for sure. 6 rebounds for Mateusz Ponika so far today. Dillard, difficult shot, and it's another stop. Can they go and make down the other end of the court? No, they can't. They've turned it over, and it's now 3 against 1. Dillard over the back pass, dunked away, and it's a 10-point lead again. Ponika with his 3rd point of the day. It's just careless little things like that from Oradea that are costing them at the moment. Just when you think they may well be getting into the game, they turn it over and then they've got no chance with a 3-on-1 situation. Lovely pass from Kevin Dillard, who's been terrific in a creative sense throughout this match, and it's another timeout called by Oradea and Christian Achim. So we got 2:53 left in this third quarter. And it is Pinar Karsiyaka that lead by 10. They have closed it to 5, Oradea. As the long three goes up, but it's just about brought in by Ponika. 7 boards for him now already. And Dillard will try and orchestrate now on the offensive end down the other end. Jacoven Brown started so well. And now he's open. Shot clock down to 4. They have to take it on. Juan Summers doesn't get the roll, and rebounded by the home side. Pasalic, good pass from Pasalic, and the little floater goes from Nikoara. 10 points for him now. 5 from 9, shooting at 55%. Jacoven Brown just had to make sure he didn't go out of bounds, but in turn he's turned it over. Open 3. Good chance to try and close it and can't make it. But the last touch was off Dillard. And Oradea will keep control of the ball and will have a 14-second reset. Difficult shot. No need to do that really with 14 seconds or so. They should have been more patient there. Waited for a better look. And an offensive foul has been called on Juan Summers. So they have turned it over. Again, the fans doing all they possibly can to try and cheer their side on. Here is Dennison trying to get him underneath in the low post as often as they can. Tries the difficult shot with his less favoured left hand and can't make it. Jacoven Brown, I want to try and get him shooting the ball more often. He's just gone a bit cold on the offensive end. Dillard, great feint, and gets it away and makes it. Brilliant from Ponika. 5 points now. And it's a double-digit game again. Good perimeter defense, trying to force them down low, and they do that, and it's an unfortunate roll from Nikoara. And rebounded by Karsiyaka, and we're into the final 20 seconds of the third quarter. There's 17 left on the clock and just a few seconds less on the shot clock. And turned over. Can they get the final shot of this third quarter away? Well, he has been fouled by Kevin Dillard. They've got 4.9 seconds to inbound and try and get the shot away. And they may do. Long 2, tries to bank it in, doesn't make it, and that will be that for the third quarter. So it was a 10-point lead heading into the second half. It's going to be a 10-point lead for Pinar Karsiyaka heading into the fourth and final quarter here. They did close it to 5 at one stage, did Oradea, but Karsiyaka came roaring back at them once again and extended it to 10. So Dennison with 12 points for the home side. Brown still leading the way with 13. They are shooting the ball so well though. Karsiyaka 68% from 2-point range at the moment. 37% from downtown, just 43% shooting for Oradea. 13 from 30 they've made. And they are just slowly beginning to close the gap on the boards as well. 21 rebounds to 28 now in Karsiyaka's favour. That was a big difference at half-time, 21 to 12 at the break. A few more turnovers as well for the Turkish side. But at 10 points, they are still more than in this match, Oradea. All it needs is just a couple of makes and a couple of stops, and they'll just be a couple of points back, and then nerves start jangling. These are highlights of the third quarter. Great block from Owens, and they went straight down the other end and put in the two. Mandash knocking it down with his left hand. So here we go then, the final quarter just about to get started. What a comeback this would be, and what a treat the fans would have if they were to able to sneak over the line, heading in with a 10-point deficit into this fourth and final quarter. Dillard. Petway just trying to set the screen. It's an open three from the corner and makes it. Perfect start to the third quarter. Fourth quarter, sorry. And the lead is stretched to 13. Mirkovic in the opposite corner. Foul is called, I think, on Brown. It was Jacobin Brown. 14-second reset as well as Dennison puts it up. Dennison makes again, the man that cannot miss today, Sean Dennison. I think he's still shooting at 100% so far, is Sean Dennison. Can they get the ball to him more often? That is the question. Signed this year from Turkey, did Dennison, was playing his basketball there last year. And a lovely left-handed shot on the turn from Brett Petway. 6 points for him, he's also shooting at 100%. Air Georgia. Mirkovic just had to make sure it didn't go back over the halfway line for a backcourt violation. Mirkovic. Well, they allowed him the look at the three if he wanted it. Mirkovic does fancy it with the shot clock running down to 2. Couldn't make it, but Dennison is there to claim the rebound, and Oradea get it back with Mirkovic. Dennison sets the screen. Good hands from Mirkovic. Ball out to the corner. Can't get it to go again. And it's another offensive board from the home side. This is better. They need to get a shot to go, though. Still 13 back. Shot clock down to 5, and they've turned it over. And now there's a fast break down the other end, but Oradea are able to get men back in time and just slow it down. Petway. Always looking to try and set a screen is Brett Petway. Shot clock down to 4. Petway throws up the 3. And they will get it back. Had training camps with the likes of the Portland Trail Blazers, the Memphis Grizzlies, Toronto Raptors as Brett Petway. He did win the inaugural NBA D-League Slam Dunk contest, so just a show of his athletic ability, and lovely put away by Kevin Dillard, who's up to 8 points now. Stretches it to 15 points now It's been a good start to this final quarter for the Turks as Mirkovic tries to set something up, and Denison is fouled and will shoot two. Has played some basketball with Canada as Sean Denison. Finished 7th back in the 2007 Pan American Games in Rio. Time beginning to run out for the home sides. Just over 7 minutes left, and Dillard had no idea that Mirkovic was flying in behind him there, and that was very lax from Dillard and got away with it. Here he is again. Foul is called though on Mirkovic. Born in Serbia, Branko Mirkovic, but plays for the Bulgaria national team. Signed from Smoky Minsk this season. Dillard is going to take a seat. Jacob Brown back on the floor. Well, they're playing their part, aren't they, the Oradea supporters? They're not giving up hope just yet. Brown, lovely pass from him. Good ball movement as well. Banks it, just can't make it, but grabs the offensive board himself, and Owens can't make it again. But once again, Pinar Karsiyaka have somehow managed to keep control of the ball, but the shot clock is down to 3 now. Brown needs to get the shot away. 2 seconds, does so, just rims out, and Denison is there to claim the board. And Mirkovic down the other end. Has to try and prevent himself from going out of bounds. I think Brown has been called on the foul. Niculescu, who drew the foul. Very much just a bit part player really in qualifying anyway. Only averaged 1.7 minutes a game in qualies. Denison just about managed to prevent the ball going for a backcourt violation. Throws up the 2, can't make it, and it's rebounded well by Brent Petway. They just need to look to try and take the sting out of this match now. Karsiyaka just need to try and slow the tempo down. They're in no rush at all with a 14-point advantage. There's just no defence anywhere near him, and they got away with that, Oradea. Mirkovic is fouled, this time by Gulashlan. Timeout has been called. So it's not quite the start that Oradea would have had in mind, and Christian Achim heading into this final quarter. They were still more than in it, but at the moment it is just slipping away from them. So on match day 2, no easy fouls is the shout from Nenad Markovic. So yeah, match day 2, Oradea are away from home, obviously, with this being a home tie on match day 1 for them. They travel to Israel to take on Maccabi Rand Media. Would have been lovely for them to get off to a winning start in front of their home fans. As the ball is inbounded to Dennison, who makes it again. As for Pinar Karsiyaka, they also have another away match on game day 2. They travel to Italy to take on Oradea Venezia. Shot clock running down. Under 5 seconds now. Can Petway put up the 3? Yes, he can, and knocks it down. And the celebration to match from Brent Petway. Well, the next time these two actually meet each other isn't until game day 8 back in Turkey, so there's plenty of time for the next visit. That will be sometime in the end of January. Sorry, no, it'd probably be a little earlier than that. End of December kind of time, as foul is called. And the lead is now 15 as well, with under 5 minutes left in this 4th and final quarter. Good ball movement. Trying to wait for the best possible opportunity, and that's exactly what they get. Put away by Gouven. And it's the biggest lead of the match so far for the Turkish side. Just about prevent the turnover. Well, they did the first time. In the end, it was stolen back from Gouven after his 2-pointer down the other end. He's now doing work on the defensive end. It's an open look for 3. Can't make it, and rebounded. Pasalic down the other end. So they are in the penalty, so they will go and shoot a couple for that. Nowhere near on the first one from Pashka. Misses both of them. When you're 17 points down, can't really afford to be missing free throws. Decided to go all the way, very nearly makes it, but put back brilliantly by Gouven, who's just had a really good minute or so. 4 points for him now. So Brown is going to take a seat, as Oradea have turned the ball over, and it's now a 19-point advantage in favour of Karsiyaka, with just over 3 minutes still to play. Baygul. Gouven. Petway sets the screen. Couple of seconds left on the shot clock. Petway has to get it away, and I think he was a little too late. I don't think this is going to count. And it's not. He was half a second too late to let go of the ball. Just see now, can you see the red screen? There it is. You can see the screen light up, which means that the shot clock violation was just half a second or so out, was Brent Petway. Tries to bank it in, but look how many Karsiyaka players are underneath, and well, one of them grabbed the board. I wasn't quite sure who it was, but throws up the long three, doesn't make it, and the rebound by Oradea. Well, he's in plenty of space. They're just allowing him the three, and they've been made to punish as well from Oradea, who knocks it down. 13 points for him now. And they close it to 16, but there's only 1 minute 50 left on the clock. They need a stop. They need a couple of fast break threes if they can, as the floater's put up. Can't make it, and Petway can't grab the offensive board either. And here they come forward, down the full length of the track, rejected, but fouled, and he'll shoot two. Again, it's a good foul to give away by Gulaslan, because it was straightforward two otherwise. Yeah, their free throws just aren't dropping for them at the moment either. Another one misses. Bobe Niculescu knocks down the second one. And a timeout has been called. With 1:38 left on the clock. Karsiyaka are in the penalty as well. Well, Jacobin Brown still with 13 points. He had 13 points only a couple of minutes into the second quarter, but he hasn't scored since. Dennison really stealing the show for Oradea with 17 points for him. So not the start so far to their Basketball Champions League campaign that the home team supporters were after. But the beauty of this Champions League system is that the games do come thick and fast, and if you do get off to a bad start, there's still plenty of basketball left to play in the regular season to try and get back on track. So they won't be worrying just yet. Would have been nice to start with a win, but there's still plenty of time for them to try and come back. They're 15 points behind with 1:20 left on the clock. Nice feign, and puts in the layup. Beautiful dummy to set that up from Niculescu. 8 points for Niculescu now. Allowed him the open look at the three, but they just want to tick down as many seconds as they possibly can, I would have thought. Can't get the shot to roll, but they are going to get it back. No, they're not. Time a little more precious for Oradea though. 13 points back, 40 seconds remaining. Can they throw up a three. Well, it's a rather aimless pass. They do well to keep hold of it. The shot clock is down to 5. Gets away the long three, comes up short, but do grab the offensive board and puts it away. And closes it to 11 now. Niculescu has had a good positive influence for Oradea. Throws up the open three, comes up short, but grabs his own offensive rebound, and well, with 10 seconds left, they will just look to run down the clock. He's fouled him. Nikuara called on the foul. Can't make it, but puts it away. I think he just got it up in time. Either way, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. Just have a look whether he did make the shot in time. Yes, he did, just about. So it's a nice ending for Gorkam Dogan, who makes the final shot of the game. And, well, Oradea, they did their best to stay in touch, but you always felt that Pinar Karsiyaka from Turkey were in control of the match, and it's finished here. Pinar Karsiyaka 69, Oradea 56. So a 13-point margin of victory for the Turkish side, who'll be pretty content with the way they played today. Jacoban Brown started brilliantly, got 13 points early on, went quiet though in the second half, didn't make a shot in the second half. Let's take a look at the end of game stats. Shooting 54% from the field from 2-point range. Karsiyaka 48% for Oradea. Rebounds again in Karsiyaka's favour, 38-31. But these numbers aren't hugely different. And Oradea will think that if they just shot the ball a little bit better, again, no real difference on the turnovers front. A couple more steals for Karsiyaka, 3 blocks apiece for both sides. So numbers-wise, perhaps doesn't reflect a 13-point difference in the game. Sean Dennison was certainly their main man on an offensive point of view for Oradea. He went 17 points, shot the ball beautifully. Nikuara grabbed 7 boards. Brown with 13 early points, and Ponica doing the damage on the glass. Kevin Dillard certainly running things in a creative sense, collecting 5 assists for him, and Branko Mirkovic with 4 for Oradea. As we just take a look at the fourth quarter highlights. Owens good from underneath. Big powerful presence. Mirkovic. This is the third quarter highlights, in fact. Mandash stepping back and knocking down the long three. He had a fairly quiet game, did Mandash, just 5 points, but he did grab 5 boards as well. Every time that Oradea thought that they were getting back into the game, a couple of makes up the other end for Karsiyaka just extended their advantage again, and they always really had at least a 5-point cushion in that second half. They did close it to 5 early on in the third quarter, did Oradea, but soon after it was extended again to double figures, and that's how it stayed. Nikuara definitely had positive influence for Oradea, as did Boe Niculescu, who may well get a few more minutes as this Basketball Champions League goes on. Beautiful pass from Kevin Dillard there to set up the dunk for Ponica. Yeah, Niculescu only played 15 minutes today, but had 10 points. Shot 3 from 4. 3 rebounds as well. Dillard again at the heart of everything. Brown with the extra pass and knocked down by Gulaslan. 5 points for him, 4 boards and 4 assists. So a good all-round game for Gulaslan. Sean Dennison was certainly their biggest threat on the offensive end. 17 points for Dennison, and shot it really well. Dillard attacking the rim hard. Just makes the game look so comfortable. Brent Petway had a good contribution as well, coming in off the bench, and the celebration to match after he knocked down the long three. Gouven in way too much space there, no one trying to grab the defensive rebound. Pretty open look at a three for Nikuara, and you can't allow him that much space. He had a mixed night shooting, 6 from 13, but still managed 13 points. There's Niculescu there again. So that is how the match panned out. But it is the perfect start for the side from Turkey. Pinar Karsiyaka beating Oradea 69 points to 56.